Hello, my name is Ben Wolkoff, and welcome to another daily anti-fascist video of Inspired Defiance. Today, I am inspired by the compact that Donald Trump's administration is asking for colleges to agree to in order to eliminate transgender students as well as international students from America's universities. I happen to work for a US-based university in the admissions office, and our school has more than half of our students who are international, who are not based and do not come from the US. While we don't take public funding, and that's the carrot that is a part of this compact, a lot of universities do, and they have to, right? In order to get students to be able to come to their universities, they have to take public funding. And it is a great and powerful resource that the federal government has at their disposal to fund education, to support education and educating students, not only from here, but educating students from around the world to come here and create the kind of knowledge economy that we all depend on within the United States. And yet, the compact is asking for rigid definitions of gender, for very small quotas of international students. And it also has this strange little piece about freezing tuition for the next 5 years. They think that that 5-year tuition freeze is enough to say, oh, you know what? These universities will absolutely do this because it's in the best interest of students. But it's actually not in the best interest of students to have universities who are hamstrung by policies that are anti-student, that are anti-reality. Gender is absolutely a spectrum, just like sexuality is a spectrum. And you cannot legislate a spectrum into a binary. You cannot legislate and create restrictions upon international students who want to contribute to the university as well as to the whole economy of the United States. We are in a global society. We are in a world where the contributions made here to our universities are being felt everywhere, where the learning that happens here is a powerful weapon against fascism, against people who want to take away knowledge. And as a former English teacher in public schools, I know that language matters. The way in which we talk about these things truly matters. And so that's how I know that this is just a poisoned pill that the Trump administration is asking us to swallow, asking universities to swallow in order to get their funding. And they need the funding. They need to be able to provide this kind of education for all of their students, international or not, trans or not. They are trying to maintain the same type of education that they have been able to provide for years through the use of public funding. And the only way to get it is to agree that there are only two genders, to agree to quotas on international students, to agree to rigidly follow the dogma of this right-wing policy. This is a poisoned pill. It's about ideological capture. It's about trying to make sure that this kind of theory, that gender is a spectrum, that trans people exist, that it doesn't exist on our university campuses. And I happen to have a son who is on a university campus right now who happens to be trans. His life, his ability to experience a world-class education is going to be limited by policies like these. My life, as someone who works in university systems, as someone who cares deeply about educating anyone who comes through our doors, is going to be impacted by the rigid, dogmatic policies that require people to limit possibility, that require universities to say, education only looks like this, it only can look like this, and we must make sure that no one outside of whatever this normal is that we are defining as American, as the true ideal of people who are allowed to learn. We are saying that there is only one right way to do this. And in order to get your funding, you have to believe in it. You have to put policies in place in order to enforce it. And if you do not, you will not be able to exist. For funding, for your belief that there is more than one way to be a man, there is more than one way to be a woman, and there is a spectrum of people in between those things. It is not okay. And that's why I'm inspired today. I'm inspired to say, no, we are not going to sign this compact. And we are going to have to make some really tough decisions about how to fund our education without public funding. Other areas are being completely defunded. Anybody that voted for Kamala this last time around, any state that really has a concentration of Democratic legislators or voters, they are being defunded during the shutdown. And we are being asked in our universities, in our legislative bodies, in our politics of the moment, to say that the options are so few for you, they are not allowing you to make the choices that you know are right for yourself and for the life that you want to lead. When there are attacks on academic freedom, on the ability to create institutions of higher learning and of knowledge attainment, when there are attacks on these places, we have to say no. This is not okay. And that's what I'm doing today. And for the foreseeable future, I'm saying no. This is not okay.